Hola mi gente, welcome to Kiss My Crafts. Happy Valentine's Day for those of you who celebrate. Happy Palentine's Day for those of you who are hanging out with a buddy or a friend. Um, I'm hanging out by myself. I'm hanging out with you all. I got my Valentine on yesterday. So it was beautiful, and I'll show you the video clip that I shared with my WEPA members right here. Look what I just got, mi gente. Look at these pretty flowers. They're beautiful. And look what else I got. Yummy, yummy, yummy. The man thing did real good. Happy Valentine's, everybody. And so before I get into what I planned for you, which is a special for Valentine's Day, I wanted to show you what I did in one of the recent coloring books that I got. And if you haven't seen it, it's the last video that I did that showed these books different than your average or regular coloring book. So this is what I started in one of the books called Spiroglyphics. And so you can see that the picture's forming and I'm really enjoying it. And I used a purple glitter gel pen. Now it was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. It's a little challenging, especially in the thinner areas, and especially that I haven't done this in a while. So it took a little getting used to the gel pen first, because it's very smooth and you can easily make mistakes and go outside of the line, which I did a few times. But that's that. I wanted just to share that with you. What else did I want to say? I think that's it. So what I wanted to do today is talk about, since it's, a day for love, I wanted to talk about my favorite love story of all time. And there's two renditions of it that are my absolute favorites. The first one is what's the most famous love story of all. It's Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. I love that story, as tragic as it is. I've seen most every rendition of it. Read the play, studied the play in middle school. So I really, really love it. I did have to go and refresh my memory a little bit because I wanted to make sure I had most of the story correct. I shouldn't have moved this. It's just that when I get further towards the middle, it's a little more difficult to reach. So I did refresh my memory a little bit online just to get it right. Oh, by the way, I'm working on my Reflect and Sparkle 2021 piece, Valentine 2021 piece, Drill a Beast piece, which is the Butterfly Blanket by Gloria West, which is sold by Mystical Diamond Art. It is a 50 something by 70. I don't remember the exact. Let me see. Is it here? No, I don't remember. Is it over here? Wait, I got the no, it's not on here. But it's 50 something by 70. So that's what I'm working on. I am enjoying this. Even though it has its challenges because of the confetti and some of the symbols I'm having trouble seeing because they're like white on a kind of light background, and they seem a little blurry to me. So, but you know what? They stand out because of the white. There's not that many of them. It's part of the confetti. Oops. As a matter of fact, I'm talking about it and I just put the wrong drill on one of those symbols I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get on with this show. Let's get on with this. So Romeo and Juliet has always been one of my favorite Shakespeare plays. My second favorite is Julius Caesar. So if you ever hear me say something like "et tu, Brute," even though I might not be saying it right, I get that from Julius Caesar. And if you know Julius Caesar, then you know what that one sentence means. Um, so in the beginning of Romeo and Juliet, it opens with a prologue that starts out like um, two houses, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. And this prologue was made into a song, a dance song. In the very late 70s, it might have been 1980, but I was a kid and I remember it clearly. And I remember the words to the song that when in middle school, I think I was like eighth grade, maybe seventh grade. The my language arts teacher had us studying Romeo and Juliet, and the when I read the prologue, I recognized it as the words from that song. Even I knew the song was about Romeo and Juliet. It started like two houses both alike in dignity. Tum, 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 tum. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. I can't sing, I'm sorry, but it goes like that. And further into the song, you hear Romeo and Juliet, like, um, oh my God, I can't remember. It's like when Romeo's singing, it's like Juliet. Da, 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 na, 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 na. And then she sings her part. It's a cool song. It's a dance song. But I don't know how much of a hit it was, but I liked it. So when I read that, I was like, oh shit, this is a song, teacher. She's like, no, the song took that from this play. Oh, why did I feel silly? Anyway, so it's about these two families. Actually, it's about these two star-crossed lovers, but their families hated each other. They were like, the Hatfields and the McCoys. They hated each other. They were always feuding. And there was this prince that just had enough of this shit and told them, y'all gonna stop fighting, because if you don't stop fighting, I'm gonna start chopping heads. I'm gonna pull out the guillotine. Prince was mad because everywhere they went, there was a street brawl. At any party or ball or whatever they called them back then, there was a brawl. So, the prince had enough of it. Now, there was this dude named Romeo, and Romeo was hanging out with his cousin, Ben something. What was the name? Where are my notes? I don't even have them close by. Benvolio? Why does that sound like Beavis and Butthead shit? Ben something. Let's call him Ben. So Ben and Romeo were like hanging out. Romeo had just gotten dumped by some chick and he was feeling sorry for himself. And Ben was trying to tell him, like, forget her. There's other ones. You find somebody else. I hear there's this party tomorrow night. Let's go to this party. Let's crash it. And the party he's talking about was a Capulet party. Now, Romeo was a Montague. And those are the two families that hated each other. So Romeo was like, okay, bet, we'll go, we'll crash. And since they wore those masquerade things, then nobody was gonna know who they were. So this whole party was actually a feast was because Papa Capulet was trying to hook up Juliet with this guy named Paris. Paris was alright, but he wasn't no Romeo. He was no Romeo. And so, Papa Capulet was like, I'm going to have this feast and, you go kick it to my daughter, try to get her to see things your way, get her to say yes to marrying you, and et cetera, et cetera. And Paris was like, all right, y'all got some money, so I'm going to do this. So this is the party that Romeo and Ben were gonna Ben something. We're gonna crash. Um, so in the meantime, on the other end of the scope, Mama Capulet is trying to talk Juliet into going for Paris. She's like, girl, you need to get married. You ain't getting younger. You're already 14 years old. I don't remember if she was 12 or 14. And she's like, you need to say yes to this dude, go for it. He's cute. He comes from a good family. He's tall. And Julia's like, Mom, come on. I don't like him. His breath stink. He's got ugly knees. Them tights don't do nothing for him. But bottom line, Julia didn't want that man. You know, she wasn't ready. She wanted to be in love. She didn't want to be hooked up. So things happen. You know, they meet up there's like the Capulets and some Montagues, some of the dudes meet up in the street. There's an altercation. So now, feelings are all over the place. So the party's that night, and so everybody's still mad because the Capulets and the Montague cousins of each other, they're all fighting in the street. They had a street brawl. They're acting like two street gangs. Anyway, so it's the night of the party, and Romeo and Ben something show up. Where are my notes? I want to get this guy's name right. Oh, here they go. What was his name? Benvolio. So, okay, it's the night of the party. Juliet looking hot. Romeo looking hot. Romeo and Ben crash this party. Nobody knows who they are. They're walking around. They're taking their, whatever it is that they drink, the wine, the champagne. I don't know what they drank back then. And I think I'm done with this color. Let me just double check. Was I doing the right color? So anyway, Romeo sees Juliet from across the room, and he was like, who that? Who is that? And then Juliet catches his eye, and she's like, Lord have mercy, who do we have here? What a fine looking specimen. So now they eyeing each other, and back in them days they fell in love and they were ready to get married within half an hour. That was the courtship. And okay, I think I'm done with this color. That was quick. Okay, let me change colors, mi gente. Uh-oh. Where is the bag for this? I can't find the bag for it. Oh, I put it under the paper. So they eyeing each other, they dance, but they don't know who each other is because they have their, mask on. Remember, they wore those masquerade things. So, oops, sorry, I hit the thing. They in love. Now they in love. But when they find out who they are, who each other is, they're like, oh God, we can't do this. Oh no, we have to. We love each other. I want to be with you. She's like, I want to be with you too. But then they find out who Romeo is and who Benvolio is, and the Capulet cousins was like, oh no, y'all gotta get out. There's a fight. Everybody gotta scatter. And then Romeo comes back. Okay, you know what? Él tiene los cojones. He was like, I don't care what they say. I'm gonna go get my woman. I want to talk to her. And then is this famous balcony scene. And Juliet's on the balcony, and she's just thinking about her Romeo, and that's where that, oh Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou? And what that means is, yo Romeo, where you at? Okay, I'm gonna stop laughing. is the next color. Oh my goodness. Right? And then he's like, he pops out of nowhere and climbs up the vines on her balcony. He's like, here I am. They make out and shit. And then there's a noise, so she gotta go. And he's like, I want to marry you. We gotta be together. You are mine, you're mine. You know, he claims her and shit. And she's like, okay, but do you mean it? If I let you, if I take you home, will you still love me, baby? Because I need you tonight. Oh. You know, they won't tell you in the story that that's what they did, but I'm pretty sure that's what they did right there on the balcony until she heard a noise and she's like, pull your tights up because you got to go. So anyway, that balcony scene is very famous and it's used in all kinds of things, commercials, ads. So they meet up and they go to this friar Larry. He's really Lawrence, but I'm gonna call him Larry because we in modern times. Friar Larry, they're like, you gotta marry us. We want to get married. He's like, hell no. I don't want my head to go to the guillotine. And they begged him, and he's like, you know what? All right, maybe if you guys get married, this stupid feud will stop. But things happen. There's more fighting between the Capulets and the Montagues because the cousins, they're all tough. You know, they're all a bunch of young punks that got nothing better to do but to street brawl. So they get married. Okay. No, Embute. Something happens before then. One of those fights, Romeo ends up killing one of the Capulet cousins. And so the prince, pissed off, ya no estaba aquí. He was up to here, and I'm putting my hand to my forehead. And he said, you know what? Okay, now you want to kill each other. So you know what, Romeo? He gotta be exiled. Catch him and exile him from Verona. So Romeo, you know, he disappears. He cut out of town. He got on the bus, Gus. Get on the bus, Gus. Remember that? I was a kid when that came out. I mean, a kid, single digits, okay? That's the 50 ways to leave your lover. Like, if you mad today with your lover, listen to that song because it tells you 50 ways to leave them. Oh, my goodness. Okay, where was I up to? Oh, the fight. There's a fight, and everybody pulled out knives and swords or whatever it is that they use to kill each other back then. And Romeo ends up killing one of the Capulet cousins. And I told you, I told you that part. So the prince is like, you got to go, okay? You can't live here no more. You got to go find him and get him out of this, out of Verona. So now Romeo is running, hiding. He meets up with Juliet. They go to the friar. Wait, is that what happened? Oh, yeah. They get married. But since he's got to be in hiding, they were gonna leave town. Okay, they were gonna get on the Greyhound. They were gonna get on the bus, Gus. Well, in their case, maybe some horses or something. The next day though, but Juliet had to go back home, and what was waiting for her at home? But Mama, Papa Capulet, and that dude Paris, waiting to marry her to him. Oh, what a situation she had. Okay. Now she got married this dude, which she did, and the friar had to do it. And she's begging the friar, please help me out of this. And he's like, I can't. What am I supposed to do? I can't. And then they come up with this plan. So she marries the dude, and then before she can have her wedding night, because she didn't want him touching her. They came up with this plan for her to drink this potion that was gonna make her fall asleep, but everybody's gonna think she died. They're going to have her funeral, put her in the tomb. They didn't bury people back then. If you had money, you were put in a tomb and you wasn't touched. Your body was not put underground. So she was in the tomb, asleep. Now, I think the friar or the nurse was supposed to send Romeo a letter telling him, yo, this is what's up. She pretending she dead, but she not dead. She asleep. So we're going to wait for everybody to think she dead, and then we're going to sneak out the tomb, and y'all going to hook up, and y'all going to run away, and y'all going to live happily ever after. But Romeo never got that letter. That was fucked up because some other dude said, "Yo, your shorty died. Okay, she's dead. She's dead, man. She's dead." And Romeo cried and said, "No, no, it can't be. It can't be." I think it was that they told him that Paris killed her in anger because he found out about them and he killed her in anger. I think that's what it was, unless I'm mixing it with the next story I'm gonna tell you. But I think that's what it was. And Romeo goes and he buys some poison. But the friar, finding out that Romeo didn't get the letter, goes to the tomb. He gets Juliet out of there. But he doesn't know that Romeo had bought this poison and was gonna do what he was gonna do, because Romeo was gonna kill himself and just go and lay at Juliet's grave or her tomb. And what number am I doing? Oh, I'm doing the symbol 5, number 5. Okay, I got it. I got it together, mi gente. So there was a lot of miscommunication or no lack of communication. So Romeo didn't get the message. He didn't get the memo. They didn't know he didn't get the memo. And then so Romeo, when he comes upon the grave, who does he find? But the pendejo Paris crying over Juliet, who didn't love him. So, he's wasting his tears. So they have a duel. And Romeo kills his ass, and then he goes and he takes the poison and dies. That hurt my heart the first time I seen that. It really did hurt my heart because I'm a very emotional and sentimental person. So Juliet goes to the tomb thinking she's going to find Romeo there. And what she finds is his body. And she does this whole speech and finds his dagger and stabs herself. And then after that, which that hurt my heart too. And then after that, just like a lesson was learned by the families. Life's too short. And look what happened because of your stupidity and your anger. You lost your children. When and what were you fighting about? For centuries or whatever it was, generations of fights. And they lost their children. Was it worth it? And then after that, the feud ended. But part of the moral of this story is communication. Communication always has to be better. And never jump the gun. Find out all facts first, because Romeo jumped the gun. And finding, instead of, he shouldn't have believed that person. He should have gotten to the friar to find out first, is this true? And then it would have ended different. But it was a story that was written, so that's how they planned it. So I'm not gonna sit here and change the ending to a classic. So that leads me into my all-time favorite, and it will always be my favorite play, movie, whatever, because it was a play and it's a movie. West Side Story. And if you're not familiar with West Side Story, it's pretty much at the time a modern day Romeo and Juliet, of two groups of people feuding, and in this case it had to do with ethnicity. So it was the Puerto Ricans and the white people, right? So you had two gangs called the Sharks, were the Puerto Rican gang, and then the Jets were the white gang, and they hated each other because of who they were. You know what I mean? Just because of who each group was to, the other group hated them. So much like Romeo and Juliet, there was a party, but the party was at the local high school. These were all supposedly high school students, but they were all probably 30-something years old. And Natalie Wood in the movie played the part of the girl was named Maria. And the guy, well, I don't remember the actor's name, but it was Tony. And so there was this high school dance, and both groups showed up, and there was like a little dance battle between the two, and then Maria walks in and Tony sees her and he falls like "Ta-na-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na," like it was like love story. Boom, love at first sight. The Cupid hit him in the bow with a bow and arrow right in the ass. Oops, wrong symbol. And Maria was like, ooh. And he was like, ooh. They both did the ooh. And they danced and they fell in love. But, it was just like Romeo and Juliet. Neither family wanted the other for them to be with each other. His friends, like his brother was Tony's brother was the leader of the Jazz. And Maria's brother was the leader, Bernardo, was the leader of the Sharks. And I don't remember his name either. But Rita Moreno played Bernardo's girlfriend. Um and so there's a fight, just like in Romeo and Juliet. So Tony's brother gets killed, gets stabbed by Bernardo. Bernardo, right? Tony's and I can recall every song, every word to every song to this movie. I've seen it so many times. I'm sorry to interrupt the story, but I'll get back to it. Let me show you something. I even have this. I pulled it out to show you. I have the 25th year, is it? Special edition West Side Story DVD. I think let me move some stuff. Oops, sorry. So I have this, and it's really nice because there's a 2 DVD set, and there's a book with the whole like information about the cast members, about the filming of it, all kinds of pictures. There's pictures in here. Look at them. Oh my God, isn't that a sweet scene? This scene, I know it word for word. It's the end. It's the ending. I know it word for word. I know every emotion and feeling that went through in that scene. Okay, all this, just watching this just broke my heart. This scene right here, I know it word for word. Anyway, this is an awesome set. I really love it. And I keep it preserved. I've watched it once, but I'll watch it when it comes on TV so I can keep it nice and new. My book has no creases or anything. Anyway, so there's this fight, and like I said, Bernardo ends up killing Tony's brother, which is the leader of the where's my drills? The leader of the Jets. I forgot his name. I can't remember his name. So in the heat of the moment of the emotions, someone gives Tony a knife and Tony kills Bernardo. Now he killed his woman's brother. What does he do? What does he do? And the moment he does it, he regrets it. Because that's not him. He was trying to fight for peace between the two gangs, since he fell in love with Maria. Because before that, he hated them just as much. Okay, where are we? We're coming to this. Did I get closer? Okay. So Tony goes to Maria and tells her, now that's the balcony scene. And she's like, we'll run away. We'll run away. And he's like, yeah, meet me here, there, wherever. And so Anita is got the news that Bernardo was killed by Tony and is banging on the door. Tony and Maria had sex. They had some emotions going, and they ended up having some sex and making their plans to run away. And so, oh, I got a hair here. Yuck. And so when Maria starts, Anita starts banging on the door. Maria ushers Tony out, because he didn't have his shirt on. He had to put his pants on and shit. And okay, I need to take a sip of my coffee because my throat is getting dry. That's some good coffee. And I'm sorry, this video is going so long. I hope you're enjoying it to this point, at least. Um, so when Anita starts banging on the door and Maria kicks Tony out, okay, you got some, get out, go, because you're gonna get me in trouble. Can you imagine? He just killed her brother, and I know it was in the heat of the moment, but he still just killed her brother. So I understood Anita 100%. I was a little ticked off about that too. So when Maria opens the door to Anita, Anita can see she's flushed. She sees how the bed is. She sees how her hair is, and she's like, "How could you?" Because she had one of these heavy Puerto Rican accents. How could you? And she breaks out to one of my favorite songs. A boy like that who kill your brother, forget that boy and find another. One of your own kind, stick to your own kind. And she goes on, saying, a boy like that wants one thing only, and when he's done, he'll leave you lonely. But she didn't understand that they really loved each other. But at that point, it didn't matter because he killed Bernardo. Girl, he killed your brother, family first. So then when Anita finished saying her thing, Maria starts singing her little opera. No, 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 Anita, no, it's true for you, not for me. It's true for you, not for me. And she sings and tells her how much she loves him and that he loves her. It's not how she thinks and blah 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 whatever. So she begs Anita to go to the store where all those guys and Tony works and hangs out. It's like a little ice cream shop. And to tell them to meet her at such and such place, or there's some message, I think, a delay, and to meet her wherever, schoolyard. Um, so she does, but the guys treat her like crap. The racism comes out, and so Anita got pissed off. And she says, after she got them, because they were like pushing on her, acting like they were going to actually sexually assault her. So, the owner of the store named Doc, I think his name was Doc. He's like yelling at them, "What are you doing? Are you kidding me? Whatever." So once Anita broke free from the group, she looked at them with hate in her eyes and told them, "I have a message for Tony. Tell him," because Maria had, like Juliet had Paris, Maria had Chinito. Chinito was in love with Maria, and Chinito was Bernardo's right hand man in the gang. So Anita tells them with hate, I mean serious hate, she said, "Tell them Maria is dead. Tell him Chinito found out about them and he killed her. Tell him that." And then she storms out the store, right? I'm getting a little dramatic. I'm getting emotional too because I love, love, love this movie. I'm sorry. I need some more coffee. I should have gotten a bottle of water. So, okay. Am I in the right? So now they think that Maria is dead and they tell Tony. Tony comes to the store from the back because he didn't want the guys to see him, to ask Doc to lend him some money because he was going to run away with Maria and he was going to do this, that, and the other and pay him back and blah, blah, blah. And he's all like in heaven, elated and happy. And Doc's trying to tell him, "Yo, shut up. I got something to tell you. I got something. Shut up." And Tony wouldn't shut up, so he pretty much damn near slapped him and yelled, "Maria is dead. She's dead. Don't you understand? Chinito killed him. Chino killed him." And so now he rage. He got blind rage. And okay, he's like running all over the neighborhood. "Chinito, kill me too. Here I am. Because he wants to die. He doesn't want to live without his Maria. I think I'm finished with this also. Let me just double check because I'm always leaving. He doesn't want to live without his Maria. So now he wants Chinito, challenge Chinito in the hopes that he's going to die out of this, right? So, but Maria's not dead. So he's running to the schoolyard where Maria told him to meet, but he didn't know about that part yet. But Maria's on her way, but before Maria can get there, Chinito gets there. Wow, this guy's yelling, Chinito, come get me, you know, a todo boca, yelling through the neighborhood. But he's in the schoolyard, and Chinito does have a gun. And Chinito's angry too because his man got killed. Bernardo is dead. The leader of his gang, the man he was the right hand for, that he loved like a brother, is dead. So he out for vengeance. So he's looking for Tony anyway with a gun. But he finds Tony and he kills Tony, and that's when Maria gets there, and it's like this whole dramatic, beautiful, sad scene where that's where the song they sang it earlier in the movie, but at the end, like he talks to her, like he has this little speech before he's dying, and she's telling him that she loves him, and they start singing somehow, some way, someday. You know, they sing a little bit of that, and when they sing that someday, he dies. And oh my God, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I need to take another sip of coffee. So, oh my goodness, if you've never seen it, watch it. It's a great musical. The music is fabulous. It's old. It's from like the 50s or 60s or something, but it is actually fabulous, and it's called West Side Story. So she makes this speech to all of them how they didn't, Chinito wasn't the only one that killed Tony, and not the only one that killed Bernardo, but they all had a part in doing so. I'm getting upset and emotional. They all had a part in doing so because of the hate. A lot of hate. And now because of that hate, two beloved people were dead, because on both sides, these two were beloved. And because of their differences that they couldn't understand, they hated each other, and it ended in tragedy. And that's the moral of both of them. Hate leads to nothing but bad things. We have to accept each other and respect each other. Learn to get to know people. If you don't like somebody because of where they come from, or the color of their skin, or because they belong to this family, because they're poor or they're rich, you hating on them because they got more than you, don't try to learn the person. There's always some good in everyone, and there's always something that you can find to like about each and every person. You know what I mean? This has been going on for decades and centuries, and the hate, religion, because of politics, because of ethnicities, because of colors of skin, because of where you came from, because of the language you speak. It's just, it doesn't end well. So anyway, mi gente, I don't want to get serious. This was supposed to be enjoyable. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I don't know what number is this. What am I working on? The one I'm done with. I'm done with this color. I hope you enjoyed this, and I wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. Love you guys, and until my next video, besos. Mwah.